Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to work on 3 of these 3/4 inch drive ratchets. 2 of these, they're locked up, but I think they're locked up because they're frozen, rusted. This one looks locked up, but I mean it looks rusty compared to the other 2, but it turns. So I'm gonna knock all 3 of these out at the same time. I got $6 into these, a little over $6. So worth the money. These things sell for almost $100 a piece, or I don't know, over that, depending on the brand. See how rusty inside these are. Yep. Check out the rust. That's exactly what it is, just rusty. There's a, I don't know if you can see the detent spring in there, but I'm gonna push that detent down and try to pull this assembly apart. See if that'll push the detent down. Oop. I probably should just let these soak overnight with some WD and then worked on, but my days have been busy. Okay, if I push that down, I may have to put this in a vise. I don't know how I can pull this out. Glasses are bothering me. Hang on, I'm studying here. Alright, I'm going to put this in a vise. Be right back. Alright. There's a detent. I'll push the detent down in there. There it goes. It's coming up. Whoa. There's the spring and the detent. And there's where it resides. It sits in there. See? Now, hang on. Take a magnet. See this, if you guys can see. Pull this out. And then you can pull the paw out. This paw's, it's in excellent shape. Looks brand new actually. So that's all it is, just rusty. Look at the rust. So let me clean this up a little bit. Let me wash my hands. Okay, this one's the same way. Detent's a little more rusted on this one, but I think I broke it free. Yeah, I think I got it free. So I got the detent pushed in, I think. I actually need another hand. Come on. Ah. Popped out. I had it pushed in. Now, of course, I need another hand. I'm gonna try to pry it out with a screwdriver up top instead of pliers. Nope. Oh, maybe. Yeah, there it goes. The spring is right there, like right there, the spring and detent, so it's going to shoot out that way. So I'm going to try to catch it. See, right there. And I'm trying not to get my fingers in the way of the picture, but and that spring and detent. So I'm going to clean that up the best I can. And then of course the pin right there I'll pull out. These two are identical. Yeah, look how rusted that is. I think I should be able to polish this up with the fiber wheels. These should be super, super smooth when I'm done. All right, I'll be back. All right, let's just use a little carburetor cleaner. Get some of the WD off of it. Yeah, I don't even think these were greased from the factory. There's not even a sign of grease on these. A little use, you can see where the pin dragged back and forth right there. Man, look at the rust on that. I think they're identical. I hope so, because I got them confused. Parts all intermixed. Man, solid rust. And see how much rust creates friction, drag, so you know it's not going to spin very well on that, or let's say spin, turn. This only turns left and right, but yeah, you can feel it. It's got grit in there. I'll polish this up, make it look good. And then what I'll do, I'll put wire wheel or wire brush on my drill and clean that up inside the best I can. I may even take a piece of emery cloth and clean that up. It's definitely worth the effort to clean these. Especially since, you know, these are so expensive. Okay, there's one pin. What do I do with the other pin? Hang on. Let me backtrack and figure out what I did with the other pin. Duh, I left it inside this one. So what I'll do, so I don't lose them like I almost did just then, put them on a magnet, set them aside. Man. I don't know, this estate sale I bought, I wasn't able to find out anything about the owner. So, by the looks of it though, he had a forklift out there, he had tractors, it looked like he was an oil field guy. From what I could tell, he had a lot of oil field equipment out there on his property. So, and he looked like he had, his shop was 3 40-foot metal containers over a canopy built. He had a metal canopy built over it, and then he had all kinds of equipment out there. It was just amazing. But I'm pretty sure his oil field, machine shop, something like that. So that's why a lot of this big tools were out there. put these on the wire wheel the best I can. Clean the surface rust off, and then come back with the Dremel. Like this one just, it needs to be cleaned really, really well. Man, it's not even dirty. It's not dirt like you would think in a machine shop. It doesn't have a lot of grease and stuff. It's just rusty. I wonder if these must have sat somewhere in the garage. They're part of the shop. Water penetrated the roof, it looked like. So that might be some of that. See, if you clean this real good, this should be smooth like that. All right, let's go to the wire wheel. Just rolled up, I think it's 220 sandpaper, cleaned that up down inside there. Now I'm going to use Dremel with a fiber wheel on it. It works really good. Look there. Look how clean that, how nice that's cleaning up. I mean, for most people, they would, once they grab that ratchet, it's locked up and they would have passed. I know the value of a 3/4 inch ratchet, even a cheap one. It's a $100 bill, brand new. So it's worth taking your time cleaning it up. Now I got a little bit of rust down inside this hole on the edge there. You know what, let's see if I got my little wire wheel here. Yeah, this little wire wheel will work. Maybe. Nope. Yeah! Pretty redneck, but actually, the sandpaper probably worked as good or better. Nope, got to tighten it up more. Lots better. All right. My camera's turning yellow again. All right, I was just going to show you, I got them cleaned up. There's a small, tiny amount of pitting right there that I can't get. Everything else is really smooth. I use 220, 600, and 1000 grit on that fiber wheel. Cleaned them up really good. These, I did the same thing to the teeth. I wire wheeled 220, 600, and 1000 grit, and then I went 2000 grit on this, on the 2000 grit wheel, just so they're really smooth. There's no, I mean, the teeth, they go together so well. There's no damage. There's no sharp edge like catch. Everything meshes together, and then these were rusted really bad, and I did the same thing, just polished them. And so now, I mean, they just spin so effortlessly. So that, I mean, I know it doesn't move very far, but less drag, the better, the smoother. So this thing should go really, really well. Go back together. Now, clean these up real good. They're real good shape. The only thing, this one, it has like a satin finish on it, but this one had the real heavy rust. I may try to polish this a little bit. Put it on the flapper wheel and then on the polish wheel, just to keep it from rusting. I don't think it'll rust with me, but now these are going to be a little harder to clean. And the reason I'm doing that with the fiber wheel is because, see this edge right here? That rides on that. So the smoother, the cleaner the surface, the better. See? I had it backwards, but I want to show you that I'm going to clean both surfaces. And there's still a little bit of rust right there. But I'll get all that out of there. But that's what I'm going to do. And then the inside, I'm just going to work. It's going to take me longer. More than likely, I'm probably, yeah, let's see, where's my wire brush? Probably just going to have to sit here with a wire brush and just go around and clean the teeth. Looks like it's just surface rust. But that's what I'm going to do. All right, let me finish this up and I'll show you what I got. All right, guys, check the inside of that out. Now, the other one, see how it rusts. I'm trying to show you guys. I know some people like camera angles, but it's hard to do filming by yourself stationary like that. But anyways, teeth are brand new. I meant they are excellent. And then of course, I polished this up real good on the inside right there. So this smooth. I mean, it just, of course it's metal to metal, so I'm gonna put a little grease on that when I put it back together, but that's what you want right there. All right, now I gotta clean this one. And then I'll probably go throw a light polish on these. Alright guys, gonna try to put this together and use this one. So what I'm gonna do first, grease that little spot right there, put the spring in there. I cleaned the springs and the pins, I polished them. So they're not rusty and not damaged. They're in real good shape actually. So that'll slide nice and smooth, which it does. Now, what I'm gonna do here, getting grease everywhere. Put grease down in there, grease right there. Just a thin film of grease. You can use oil if you want. I'm using Mobil 1 grease. It's what I use at work. I like it. That's what I use. Been using the same product for just around 36 years. When we had our pump motors rebuilt 35, 34 years ago, they recommended if they would to honor the warranty, they specified we had to use Mobil 1 grease, so that's the reason we use it, which no big deal. Now, this, you can put this one, you can put in either way, and I polished the tops, this parts right here, with 1000 grit wheel, and you can see on the bottom where the pin rubbed. So I'm gonna turn it upside down. The opposite of the way I took it out, because it's identical no matter what. I'm gonna grease that where that pin goes, and I clean these the best I can. These pins go in just either way, doesn't matter. Just put it in, drop in. All that pin does is turn that pawl. It just like that. Now, to put this in, see where that pin is? I am going to go past this shoulder right there, just a hair. And then I'm going to get it, I'll show you. See how I got it lined up? I'll get a screwdriver, push that pin down. Don't shoot out at me. Drop it in, and then you'll see it. Hopefully I can get it on camera. You'll see it click in there. There, see? Now, you can left to right, left to right. Oh man, I didn't grease the top of that very well. Ha! Hang on. Let's see if I can get this apart now. May not be able to get it apart without putting it in the vise. I missed a spot. I wanted to grease. I'll leave this in the video. Me screwing up. Oh man, that is hard to get. If I can get it pushed in, that spring is tight. If I can get it pushed in and turn past, so I got it past this shoulder, so I should be able to lift, yep, lift this up. Don't want the spring to come shooting out at me. Oh, I did grease the top of this. Well, stupid. I took it apart for no reason. I was wanting to grease the top of this, but I already do have grease on it. Okay. Oh well. I made a mistake. There. Now, grease this ring gear. I think this is a 60 tooth gear. And you can use oil. Guys, there's no rule saying, because back in the early mid 19th century or 20th century, they used ratchets had oil ports on them, so you can do what you want. We'll put just a slither of grease, just really fine amount right there. I talked to a buddy of mine I haven't seen in a long time, and he used to be a mechanic. And he had his own shop, and he worked for 35 years as an auto mechanic. And what he would do, he said if he thought about it, at the end of the week, he'd stick his ratchet, he said he was using, in some ATV fluid. Little cup, just set them in it, upside down, and then Monday when he came to work, back to his shop, he'd pull them out, rinse them off real good, set them on a towel, let them drip dry, and when he needed them, he grabbed them, and when he's done, he put them in his toolbox. He said the only problem is that they'd always leak a little bit of ATV fluid. But he said that's how he took care of his. So I mean, everybody's got their way of doing it. Now, when you put this in, you have to turn that gear just a little bit. See? It won't go in, so you just push that gear. See how it just turns? Drops down in there. Oh, well, it drops out real easy now. Now, set it down. And I did clean the spring clip. I got all the rust, as much of it as I could, off. This is easy to go on because it's so big. Just start it on one side and you just work it around. There. I lightly polished these. I didn't do a very good job of polishing these. It was locked up before. Switches. And that's what you call a good wrench right there. All right, let me finish putting the other ones together and we'll throw a coat of wax on them. All right, time to throw a little wax on them. I'm using this brand. This is the only brand wax I carry or I use. I don't like having a lot of products on hand. I only keep what I need. I didn't do a high polish on these. These 3/4 inch drive ratchets are our local hardware store, or our local farm and supply store, I should say, which is I can't even think of the name now. Atwood's is the other one, but it's not Atwood's. Tractor Supply, that's the one I was thinking. I never shop there that often, or I should say, I don't shop there that very often. They don't have a lot of things I really care for. Plus, they're a little on the high side. I mean, these are not brand new. I could have spent more time polishing, but there's no need in it. This one doesn't have a brand name on it. This one was one that was rusted real bad, but that wasn't locked up like the other two. Yeah, the other two were rusted up solid. So we got two JobSmart brand, which is that's our local farm and supply store. These are 3/4 inch drives. They're not locked up. See what I mean? They were free, and they switch really easy. Same way with this one. Turns really easy. And then this one, the difference between the two, if you look, just a little bit on the difference on the shape of the selector switch. Designed same, and all I did on this one, I wire wheeled the rust off, and then I just used the flapper wheel. I think it was the red one. I think that's 600 grit, 400 or 600 grit, I can't remember. And then that's it. That's all I did to it. to clean the inside. I didn't show this on camera, but I took it all completely apart. They're identical. Inside, I think parts will interchange. Probably the same manufacturer made it. But I believe these are 20-inch. Yep, 20-inch ratchets. So I got 3 of them for, let's see, $6 plus premiums. I got less than $7.50 in these. I think I actually do have less. I know I do. I got less than $7 in these. So I think new, they sell 60, 70 bucks, something like that. So I think I got a good deal. I took 45, 50 minutes of my time to clean them and give them a light polish. Like I said, look at this one. This one, that's the one that was rusted heavily, but operated. You can see the rust damage. Those looks like pitting marks. It's where it's actually ate the chrome plating. And then these two actually turned out really nice. There's a little bit of, if you can see them little dark marks. That's the surface rust. Just, I think it's where they dropped it or scratched it. And I really don't know why he had so many, because I actually bought 4 of these 3/4 inch drives and I don't need them. One I'll take to work. I already have one here, so now I got some extras. Maybe I'll do some horse trading or something for somebody. I think one of these, since I'll keep it, I think I'm gonna put it in my truck. And I have some extensions now, and I'm gonna find one that will fit my lug nuts and keep that around in my truck. And the only reason I am is because that little tool they give you really stinks breaking those lug nuts loose. Because I had a flat a couple weeks ago and that sucked. Side of the road on a gravel. It's hard to change the tire on a gravel road. Anyways, guys, tell me what you think. Can't get them all in the picture very well, but not bad for under $7 and 45, 50 minutes of my time to clean them. Like I said, keep an eye out. Good old tools, used tools. Some of this stuff can be brought back and made usable. Like I said, these were locked up, they were rusted. So, I mean, didn't really, all it ate up is my time, and I don't watch television, I don't, I work, I'm a workaholic. I like to eat, and I like to eat T-bones and sirloin and porterhouse, and you gotta work to get that, so that's what I do. All right, guys, give me thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe if you like. Tell me what you think. Would you have spent your time working on these? Y'all have a good day.